What's wrong with it?
No problem, man.
Why they wanted a new one?
Yeah, if you can hold on to the old one. All right. Yes, sir. You take care, man.
Yeah, you do.
All right, guys. This is Wayne again. Now, you see that image I showed you right there with this guy right here? This is what happened to me yesterday. And I wanted to open it like that for you guys so you can see what's going on. That's what we're going to be talking about today, and I'll be working on some stuff. But if you've ever had to, how's this? I've been on both ends of sales. When I said both ends, how's this? I'll say it like this. I've never done real retail sales, which to me is the easiest. Well, yeah, I do retail sales here, so look at it that way. But to me, retail sales is the easiest. All right, it's easier than telemarketing because most of the people are already coming in with the intention to make a purchase on something, right? And really, what you're doing is assisting at that point. And you know, now the ones who maybe sell perfume, they're more into sales. The people that's trying to get you to buy perfume, but someone that's at the store that's helping you, that, you know, if they do a good job, that's a good job helping the person out. And then you have the phone companies, you know, those where you're walking in and they're trying to upsell you and sell you another phone. But the direct sales guys, that's a whole nother breed of salespeople. That's a whole nother breed. You know, I'm serious. Direct sales is different. You know, even car sales. You know, what the car salesman is really doing is, honestly, in my opinion, and I'm an amateur, you know, critic here when it comes to car sales, but in my opinion, they're kind of they're kind of walking you down the now factor, right? Because you're already shopping. You're already looking for a car, and they just want you to make a decision with them on this vehicle with the least amount of, you know, time putting into, you know, walking you through the whole thing so they can get to the next customer, so they can get volume. So they're really just trying to get you to make a decision faster because you're already. Now, if they came to your house to sell you a car, that's a different being. That's a different mindset altogether. If they're kind of coming at you like that. So anyway, I'm gonna tell you what the guy told me, and why this even came up, and why I'm bringing this up in the first place. And but I was talking to a Kirby guy came by today, and we were, you know, going back and forth sharing experiences. But I still love the fact. I'm gonna show you the mug I got, and I'm gonna show you my expression. Okay, I'm not gonna show you the mug yet. I'm gonna find my. I put this on my Facebook business page, right? Because I was just happy about it, and I'm gonna tell you why. I get so excited about winning stuff or getting stuff because it's just a part of the DNA of how I got into working at that place at the sales office. So I'm gonna play my little reel. Let's see if I can find the page. Hold on. And then I'm gonna move into my next thing, man, guys. But I'm gonna tell you what happened with the guy, though. Why I did that. Why I'm doing this. Okay, hold on. Can I play this? Would it allow me to play it? Golly. Why so difficult to find this thing? Come on, play already. They won't let me big up the screen, guys. Hold on. Let me see. I could probably move it on this end down here. Here it is. I could do it like this. All right. Here you go. That's my. I'm gonna share with you. Watch. This is what I got. Yes, it is.
Coming every year, get my cup. I wonder what it looks like this year. I can't believe you get excited about little things like these, but I always look forward to my cup every year. Oh, this is what he was showing on the. This is a big cup. This is big. Steel City did good this time. Look at the size of this coffee. This is nice. They.
So, guys, that was me getting my cup. Every year, right? One of our suppliers, they send all of the shops that they do business with the cups. And where's mine? So this is my cup. So I'm gonna, you can see the size you can get a kind of the size of the cup. That's what I'm talking about. If you look at it this way, right? So I thought this is probably the biggest one they send us, but it's always a different style, different color, different stuff like that. But I get excited about winning stuff. So when I was doing sales, that was part of the appeal, was that contest that you can win and stuff like that, and trips you can go on and all that. So that was the appeal for me anyway, and I think for a lot of people. But in general, incentives are big time. In anything, I think in anything, even in just regular society, incentives are big. You take away incentives, like one incentive is just working for your paycheck. That's an incentive, right? But now imagine if you got another incentive. Hey, not only can you get this paycheck, but we're going to pay dinner for two for you and your spouse, or you and whoever you want to take with you at the end of this month. Okay, if our company do this, or whoever the top performance is, that kind of stuff is exciting. People work for that, man. I was telling guys the other day that I was working my butt off. One, it was for a cross pen, I remember, and then the other one was for a Mont Blanc, which I still have. But one of them, I won two Mont Blancs, and one of them I accidentally had a customer sign, their check, and they, we accidentally won. Well, some people do it by accident. Some people they do that as a career. But you give a person a pen, and then they kind of just, your habit is to put your pen away, and they took my pen, man. Man, my pen. That was my pen. I was so mad. All right, I'm working on this thing here. But let me tell you what happened with the salesperson while I'm doing this. Let me transfer this over to the next page, and let me see who's on the chat today. But let me tell you what happened to this guy. The guy came by my place yesterday. Let me go into the chat. And then we're going to answer some questions from the community also. See if anybody from the backpack is in the house today. Anybody from the backpack here yet? Not yet. Okay. All right. So let me tell you what happened today, okay? Yesterday. The guy came by my house, right? And the first thing I asked him, I was like, what are you selling? Like, what are you selling? And he had a girl behind him. He had like a young lady behind him. And he was like, oh no, we're not selling anything. I was like, dude, you've already lost me. You lost me already. He said, sir, and he's sticking to the script, right? He's sticking to the script. He's still talking, but I'm like, dude, you're totally not aware of what's going on right now, right? You're sticking to the script. You said, which I get, right? But at that stage, if you're going to be training folks, right? Because someone gave me some criticism yesterday about my putting the stuff together, and I'm like, okay, that's one thing, that's great, but if you can add something to it, that'd be fantastic. With his thing, I was letting him understand. I was trying to help him out. Really, is that, listen, don't start out lying to me. Don't start lying, right? You are selling, right? So you may not want to say it that way because you don't want to kill the conversation before you get started. But the truth is, you are selling. Because if I said, I like that plan, AT&T, right? I like that plan. You wouldn't sell it to me. So if you want, you could say, well, I'm selling my first impression. How good am I doing? My name is Wayne. You could do something fun like that if you want to defer the conversation so you don't have to get smacked so hard. Because some people don't like sales, but it's not the sales they don't like. It's rejection. Because if they had something for sale, like a cell phone, and someone said, "I'll give you $2,000 for the cell phone," they'll sell the cell phone. They won't say that they're not selling, right? You see what I'm saying? So no, you don't say that. You don't say you're not selling. I mean, I don't care what sales company put you out to say that. Tell them, listen, no, I don't want to say I'm not selling. You have another line I can use. Don't tell a customer you're not selling because you're selling, right? You probably say something like, "I don't know who this is for. This might be for somebody who's walking through, swiping up and down and just passing through." Okay, but I'm gonna give my little 2 cents on that for those young salespeople that's coming out, because some jobs, some jobs are just can't. AI is just not gonna take. Some jobs you just can't take. Like somebody like Dave, one of the guys that come by the backpack, he refabricate and kind of really construct racing cars. I mean, you're not, I don't think so. I don't think you can get a machine to do that, if you get what I'm saying. Guy wants, and maybe by the time a machine can do that, who knows, 200 years in the future, I don't know. Where you can say, "I want a car that have these features," like in a video game, right? And a car that makes everything for you. Maybe. But there's no fun there, right? People like making things with their hands and creating stuff by themselves. But for the person, you could say I'm selling my first impression, how I'm doing or something like that, or I'm selling peace of mind. I'm selling a peace of mind. That's what I'm selling. I'm solving problems here. My mission isn't to just sell. My mission is to serve, right? Okay. Let me let you know what services we're talking about in the area. But you're not lying, right? You may just code it differently or spin like those guys do on the politicians. Maybe you spin it a little bit, or you can say, well, I solve headaches. I solve problems. I'm a problem solver. Okay, I'm more of a problem solver than I am a salesperson. If you like what I have, then I'm a salesperson. How's that? You see what I'm saying? All right. So that was the thing. And the young kid, he took it with heart. He said, "Hey, what'd you do? What'd you sell? You sell something?" "Yeah. I sold for years upon years. A salesperson in the field." I said, "But right now I'm not buying anything." I have no time for the kid anyway. And AT&T, I said, "Look, dude, I love your service, but the customer service really rubbed me the wrong way. So I think you guys lost me for a while. It's gonna be a while before I even consider AT&T again." But I said, "But the service is top notch. Says you got to train your people better." Or your procedures or whatever. Anyway, let's move on to see what we're tinkering with today. But that was my little run-in yesterday. But it was all part of the same, like I was in the same frame of mind, winning stuff and remembering what it feels like to win, to get. That's why with the backpack, I like to give, make sure the backpack is in some form of, we're doing a drawing, we're doing some kind of something fun, some competition deal. The backpack, a lot of the receive, cups and gear and merch and all those things. Those guys are very supportive too. They support the channel. So, people that support the channel, I support them back, and that's how that works. But anyway, here we go. Now, if you have one of the, I'm going to be tinkering with a Dyson. Honestly, this Dyson is the part that I'm going to be messing with. It's not fun. It's not fun. But if you are that kind of person, you're going to get a kick out of this Dyson. But I'm not going to lie to anybody. Even though we do these things online, and people can go on YouTube and they can find out how to do these things. It's still daunting because for some people they believe that every move has to be perfect, right? So my channel here, nothing is perfect. Everything is fall. Sometimes my tools fall down. They drop all over the place. I forgot where the tool is. What kind of stuff is. And it's like, listen, if I can do this, okay, because I was never a fix-it person. I was always the guy that will pay someone to do it. That was me, okay, for years. Many, that's how I was taught, right? My distributor taught me the same way. That's how he taught me. He taught me to go get your suits tailor made, get your shoes shined up real smooth. Make sure you got the nice watch. Make sure you got cash in your pocket. It was that kind of an environment I grew up in. With in the 90s. So I was also susceptible to people just charging me all kind of stuff for my vehicles too, because of the mindset was I got to go back and make money. Fine, whatever. How much? Okay, great, no problem. And my head was, oh, I could just make that money back today. It was that kind of attitude. And then I started to learn how to fix things, because I realized that every job is $600, $700, $800 every single day. Damn, how about if I learn how to do something that I can do, and then the stuff I can't do, I let the other guys do. And that's when the attitude changed. And then I went from wanting to be out in the field all day, and then I said, let me open up a shop and maybe I could do something. And now I'm here, just like that. Want to be around my kids more, the family, all that stuff. And I had accomplished a lot of things that I set out to accomplish. So I was like, yeah, I can ride it out like this. So I'll get involved in things like these. So if you're into this and you feel like you can't do it, or it looks complicated, just know that if you need my help, just put a comment and I'll be more than happy to help you. And we'll do like that, okay? All right. I'm turning around in circles. He's like, what's he looking for? My garbage can. I want to empty out this trash here first, and we're going to try to get at this trigger, okay? And it's not always successful, because sometimes, I'll be honest with you, the piece is in here in a certain way that depends on which one. I think the plus size one, the oversized Dyson, that one is a little funky when it comes to messing with the trigger. So give me a second, guys. Let me get my garbage can and I just want to at least show you how to get to the trigger, and from there you can do your own stuff in the future if you'd like. All right, folks. So at least I'm gonna show you how to get to it, and then we could dance it. We could dance it from there. Oh my gosh. You know what? Forget about it. Let me, because you don't want to open it because the trash is going to come right out. Oh my gosh. What happened? I was cleaning yesterday, guys. Moved my garbage can in, put it back. Crazy. Hold on. Here we go. Thank you. I'm back. Back on track, folks. I hope it's good by you guys. I hope the rain is not messing up your day, or the snow, or whatever the weather is. All right. Today is a good day. All right. Today is the day the Lord has made, right? All right. And let's get rocking and rolling, okay? All right, so let's take this off. I was gonna do something with the hose for this unit. I worked on one yesterday. Customer bought 2 of them in, needed one of them ready today. But they also have this damaged hose here. And I made sort of a video yesterday on this, that these things also, they have a wind up. I wasn't sure how this one worked, but I knew that this side had it where you can kind of, if you had to really take a new hose, position a new hose or something, you should be, you see that? You can just take this part out and just put another hose in a replacement. Didn't know if this side was made like that, so I wanted to test it and see. Let me tilt this camera a little bit this way. I can't reach all the way over there. It does. Look at that. So if you have one of these Pro Teams, you can literally replace the hose with a light, a similar hose if this is a problem for you. Okay. All right. So that's a little something on the side. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. All right. All right. So this guy, let's move him out of the way for now. We don't want to do too much with him right now. Okay. All right. So we have this guy. Well, first thing we're going to do, we're going to remove this battery. So let's get started. Let's move the battery. Get a Phillips screwdriver. Let me get my favorite gloves. I think, you know what? Before I get lost into this thing, I actually want to see if there's a question that I can answer, because it's very easy to get kind of lost in it, and then all of a sudden I forget to do this here. So I'm gonna stick to my script. Let's see if there's a question. If someone had a question, I can answer it now. Okay, let's see. Someone was just saying that 1640, he's getting into it. Okay. 1640. I think I was talking about robots on this one. Okay. I'll give him a thumbs up. All right. Okay. And that's the other guy. He didn't know he's doing it. Thank you for your input. Thank you so much. It's super old, so everything is no longer being made. I will just have to go buy a new one. Okay. What were they talking about? I think the person was talking. All right, so that's it. I'm done. Everyone seemed to be fine. One more person. Let me see if I can share some of what I'm looking at with you guys. Hold on. See one of my comments here. Okay. All right. Hey, update. I had a breakthrough by putting everything back together, and it worked. The brushes spin normally now. Okay. I went a step deeper and took apart the vacuum and cleaned stuff. Not sure what led to the better airflow, but it seemed normal. Hoover makes some crappy plastic. Oh man, encasements. Let me see what else. Hit more. Where's the more? Thought I hit more. Okay. No. Here's the more. Okay. So much my flywheel assembly. Tie down screw spot. Yeah, that's what I was telling you guys about that. When you use drills with plastic pieces, they tend to, especially if they're old. And when I say old, man, let's assume 2 years is old in vacuum years, okay? Because if we can get 5 to 6 years out of our vacuums today, we're doing good. How's that? This is not like the old Electrolux and old Rainbows and Kirby's and all that stuff, from back in the day and the old Hoovers. Today's stuff is made cheaper for a reason. They're trying to maximize profits and stuff like that. But the sacrifice happens on the customer end. You're the one that's taking the brunt of bad quality products, all right? And so just keep in mind, if you're going to do stuff that is normally cheap, just make sure that you get the warranty and you're up on your warranty and stuff like that, okay? All right, so here we go. Let's take these things off. Let's keep rocking and rolling. So no one else, I don't have anything else here. Looking for a water pump. Yeah, I sent this person a link, so hopefully they can get that water pump link like they wanted. All right, so I'm doing my best, guys. I'm doing my service, okay? I'm doing my service here. Okay. here we go. All right. How do you give back? How do you give back? All right, so let's see. Let's see what we can do. Let's get to this. Let's see if this is what it is. See if it is what it is. Come on, make sure not. Okay, so that's done. All right, good. Make sure it is what it is, folks. All right. You ever hear sayings like that? It's just like, it's like, what are you saying? It is what it is. It is. Well, yeah. Yeah, I guess it is. It is what it is. It's like saying, "I am that I am," right? You know. Well, of course, you know it's not the same power and all that stuff, but it just saying it is. That's what it is. It's like coming to terms with reality. Like something is. You know. That's it. Hold on. A second here, folks. I'm gonna hit my settings. Give me a moment. Okay. Okay. Right. All right. You know how sometimes you just want to make sure you're together. Yeah, so that just keep that in mind. And also that whole idea of the whole I'm not selling thing, you know, politicians stuff also, you know, and you know, I prefer if you get good at just being upfront, right? You realize that there's going to be an objection, and then you start getting better at handling the objection. But if you're always scared to say the truth because you're scared of the retaliation, I heard a girl say that yesterday. I forgot. Oh my God, it was such a good rant that she had. That she said she can't speak to certain people a certain way because she know how they are. So when they say stuff like, "Oh my God, you know we can't make it today because you know," she goes along with it, but she don't really feel that way because she don't want to have to deal with it. And I was like, I understand that. I think I've been there, but I realize that to fight it, I have to remember that when it comes to sales and stuff, you're gonna have to deal with the objection. You're gonna have to deal with the objection. You can't keep hiding from the objection, right? So the same thing when you're dealing with people. You know, I really respect people who just say it like it is. They may make a lot of mistakes by saying things out of timing, so they can work on their timing. But I prefer a person who just say, you know, what it is, and then we can talk about that. But if you're gonna keep it to yourself and then you're gonna blow up later when you can't take it no more. I saw a movie like that where was it Jackie Brown? I saw a skit with Robert De Niro and this girl, and they were in a department store, and she kept poking at him, kept talking, and kept yapping, and they walked out, and he's like, "Man, stop making noise, stop making shut up, calm down, come on." You can see he's getting there, right? Calm down, calm. And all of a sudden, she's in the parking lot, and she's mad, and he pulls out, and he bang bang. I was like, "Oh shit!" It's like, let's not wait until you get to that point. Don't wait till you get so frustrated you're gonna go pull out the damn sledgehammer. Damn. All right, so I took all of this out, right? I just took this off because I didn't need back here yet for this particular set, what I'm about to do. So I didn't have to go and take these screws out and all that stuff. You can leave all this stuff in and put this to the side, okay? Because really all we're working with is right here, okay? So that's why I just went in the back and I took these screws out, okay? All right, so now we're gonna get I believe this is a 10, it might be a T10 torque screw to get this out of here, all right? And then we need the same one down here, in here. There's one down here. But it's not over yet though, guys. There's still a lot more. It's not over yet. So now we're just trying to replace this switch here, right? So let's go through the journey. Let's see what we got cooking. Okay. Okay. Let's see. What is this one? No, this is smaller than a 10. It's smaller than a 10, guys. It's smaller than a 10. It might be an 8. This is an 8. Let's see. It's an 8. Okay, it's a T8. Torque screw T8. All right, I'll use this. Oh, this is what I wanted. Little tool here. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. Okay. All right. So now what you're going to get now is a flat head screwdriver, right? And we're just going to pop this little white piece here up. Okay. Pop this up over here. It's kind of, right? And now you're going to expose all of this. See that? Okay. So now we need to remove this little plastic piece right here. So let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more with this camera. Let's zoom in a little bit better for you guys. Let's see. Hope the camera is not as sensitive. Let's see. How's that? Okay. A little bit zooming a little bit better. Move all this stuff out the way. Okay. All right. Now, what are you going to need? Well, we're going to need something like this. Something like this. Okay. This is probably going to come in handy. What else am I going to need? This is probably too big. Maybe a flathead screwdriver is going to work, but something. This is a construction tool, a spatula. 5-in. Is it 5-in-1? What do they call it? 6-in-1. 6-in-1 painter's tool. But I like these because of this little. If it was just this thin, this would be perfect for me. If it was just that thin, like a little skinny, from here to here. You know, I don't need all of this. But I like this part, but I don't have a screwdriver because some screwdrivers might be too big. The thing. So I'm just gonna pop. Let me see if this pops up. Let's see if this pops up like it's supposed to, or it comes out. This pulls out, I believe. Let's see. You have to look at look at how it's set up. If it looks like it has a clip on the sides, or it looks like it has a clip like here. Like this one, the clip is right here. Let me see if you can see that. The clip is on top. So I believe you see some you push down and pull out. But sometimes the clips are on the sides. So you would squeeze it and pull out. And sometimes it sits on it. It goes like this. So you have to look at it, examine it, and see what you're dealing with, okay? So this one, the clip, it slides in. That's what it looks like. So let me pull this out. You see that? So I just press down and then pull it out. Okay? Now this one over here, this one lies down. So you would get something really thin. Now if you have like one of those tweezers, that's even better. If I had one here, I can show you why it's better. But I'm sure you. Let me see if do I have one? No, I thought I did. Oh, that would be so perfect. But I'll use the, let me see if I have one. So, you have the right tools for the job, right? And Brianna said yesterday, what would it be if Wayne had all his tools in place? It wouldn't be the same. So here we go. All right, let's pop this up. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get onto here because it's just sitting there. You gotta be real gentle with it and just pry it up. Okay. I'm gonna go from the back also because you look like it's getting a little bit of a tough time back there. But you definitely don't want to cut anything, okay? Or press too hard, or okay. Hold on. All right, so I just have to get that up out of there. See that? So it sits right here. So we just have to remember that this piece, this little white piece right here, this piece right there, sits right here. That little black area right there. The tiny little black area right there you can hardly see. Okay? Okay. So now, what's left? Well, what's left is these two. We're gonna have to take these two screws out. Okay. Now it's a little uncomfortable because this is kind of in our way. So just take your time. You don't need to force anything at all. So you're just gonna take these two back screws out. And you're like, all of that to get to the thing that's actually down here? Yes, the reason why is because, give me a moment. Give me a moment. I wanna show you what I mean here. Okay. That the handle, the stem that goes. Can you see it? All right. The stem that goes up here, it makes it a curve, right? Or it does this. It's weird though. It does this. It goes up. Okay. In this case, it goes over, and then it folds up like that. So it's like a three. Boom, boom, boom. Right? Boom, boom, boom. Like that, like a chair. It looks like this. It goes up, it goes over, and then it has like a up. Let me see. Up over this way. Then that's the shape. That's the shape of the way it goes in. Okay, so what we're gonna do? This is the part. This little part that little other part. This is what we're removing, so we can at least get it out the way, so we can try to slide it out. Okay. All right. So these are the other two screws. So watch this now. Okay. So I'm gonna use this now to kind of pry this back. Hope it's strong enough. This thing is, I mean, this is very strong. Whatever that metal that they use there is very strong, guys. So you need a strong needle nose. This one is not that strong. This look like the thing would break it. Let me see if this is better. This is stronger. This guy is stronger. All right. So I'm just bending it back. And when I bend it back, you'll see what I'm talking about. Come on. We're almost there, buddy. I'm just trying to pull this out of there. See that? This goes down in here. I didn't want to move this at all, but I did. This goes down in here. So you have to be careful with this, okay? Wait, let me see something. That goes down right. Make sure. Trying to make sure it's in the right way, okay? Oh, dropping everything. See that? I told you. For those of you who come, hey, Dave. Yeah, Dave. What's up, man? What's up? Yeah. Yeah. I didn't want to mess with this part. It came out. And then if you don't remember which way it went in, then you're up Shit's Creek a little bit because it fell out, right? Let me see if I'm right. Yeah, this is right. This is the right way. Because if it was the other way, it would have been backwards. So if it was this way, right, this would have been backwards. So yeah, I'm right. It's a good thing I remembered what side this was when I pulled it out. Okay, I remember last week you was talking about what happened with these machines when why did the downshift what we were working on last week, it was working on high, medium, but it wasn't working on low, or it worked for a second on low and stopped. And to figure out what in here is causing that. And I haven't gotten that far yet, Dave, but this is a different machine though. This is a different machine. And so this is what I'm trying to do. Now I'm trying to get to here. So now I have to remove these two screws here. Okay. I got to remove these two screws because we have to pull this out. This whole stem have to come down out to remove this thing from inside here. These are one of those jobs where some people say, if they're really not into stuff like this, they'll say, you know what, I'll definitely pay someone else to do it. It's like, listen, yeah, what are you charging for it? Fine. Because I'm not going to do this myself. Now, this is a pain in the butt. This was better used with one of these ratchet style. Where are you, buddy? Ratchet style stuff. Now, I might be able to use one of these, but I still don't think I think it's still too long. But I'll double check. All right? But the ratchet ones, where did I put that? And I forgot that I even needed that one. I'm really working on getting my tools in place, David. I'm really working on getting my stuff in place here. I thought I had everything ready, man. I was like, man, watch me and them today. I'm gonna have all my stuff ready today. And now I'm looking for this piece. Hold on, let me see if it's in this little box right here. Because I don't use it every day. It's not a tool I use all the time. Oh, cow. Can't find it. All right, no problem. I'll make it work. No problem, man. I'll make it work. Let's see. Let's see if I can get it from this end. Now I need something smaller. So I gotta get a smaller tip instead of this. It's too long for the space in here. For this space. See that space? And it's all the way back. The screw is back here. So I have to, see if I can get it out. This is not quite long enough. Let me see something. Let me see if I can do it from this end. I'm just going to try to turn it with my hand. Let's see. I got it. But I think you know what I'm talking about, that tool. I'm still determined to find it. Hey, car guy, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm here trying to mess with this, trying to change a switch in this Dyson, and the switch is in this little stem right here. But to get to the stem, I had to remove the motor, take this apart, take the main motor apart, which is this guy right here. And then I can get to this part right here. Let me show you. Has a clip. I have to unclip it. Come on, buddy. Come on. I need something thinner. I need something really skinny. A slim ting. I need a slim ting. That's what we call. That's something from back home, guys. We need a slim ting. And normally they're talking about a girl or something, you know, slim thing. Then I start hearing about Slim Jim. I'm like, oh, what's a Slim Jim? Come on, buddy. Come on. I'm trying to get this clip loose because now that this, shoot, it could be this here. Come on, Wayne. You screwed up. You're messing. You're forgetting the lessons, young man. There's one more screw, guys. My bad. I think that's what's holding it in. Right here. The one down the handle. You forget your lessons, young man. No. Lessons you forgot. How does Yoda say it? Your lessons you have forgotten, young man. Oh, so now I should be able to get that piece up. I should be able to get it up, I think. Let me see. Oh, come on. Come on. Give me a can you give me a break today? Can you just give me a little break? What are we doing? Oh my gosh, come on, man. That little piece right here is getting on my nerve. I got it up finally. You just have to kind of keep prying until you get that little clip. There are two clips. There's a clip here. Let me see if you can see it. There's a clip. My positioning is my hands. Anyway, yeah. There you go. There's a clip here and a clip on this side. And then the screw that was holding it down. So that's what my tuck. So now that you have this, you're going to have to find a way to get this hard thing that's like this to try to straighten it out enough to pull it through. To pull it through that. So I'm going to use my needle nose again. So now I got to kind of straighten it out in a way, okay, without breaking it, and then try to find a way to pull it through nice and slow. And be careful because you also have this very delicate wire here, okay? So you can try to pull the wire out first to see how smooth it comes out. So it's really out of the way of all the tug of war, you see? Like I pull it through here first. All right, and then we can just wiggle our way and try to get this thing out of here because it's okay. And there you go. So now that is part of the handle. Is part of the handle. So now we're going to try to pull this out. Okay, do our best to pull this out without damaging anything. And that's where sometimes you have a problem, okay, folks? I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There's no sugarcoating here, buddy. This part is not, I don't have fun with this little section here. Because sometimes it don't just slide right out the way you would like. Okay? This time it did. Wow. This time I pulled it right out. Okay. So this is what's broken. This little section right here. See? So when you try to press down, it can't do it. Is that cool? That's like putting signal cancel harness. Steering column. Oh, okay. Okay. My Yoda's on point. Okay, so let's put this new one in here. Let's put this new one in here. I think this might be different. This is different. This is different. This is a different model. I gotta get me a different one. I believe this is different, guys. Yeah, I believe this is a different one. Either way, I just want to show people how to get to it. I have to look in my other case for the one. Now look at what you're looking at, okay? What you're looking at here. Let me see if I can let me zoom this in a little better. I'm gonna zoom in. You're gonna zoom it in. Okay, let's see how close I can get this. Okay. Give me a moment, folks. Trying to make sure you're getting the best of everything. How's that? Okay. Try to make sure you get the best of everything, folks. Nothing less than the best. Okay. Let's see if you can see this better. Okay, let's see if you can see this better. All right, now look. You see right here? There's a you see how this is in here is part of like it's almost like a tensioner or a way to hold this in place. So you really don't want to mess with the spring too much, all right? You just want to move it out the way just enough for you to get your old thing off. Now, is it possible that someone can reinforce this? Maybe, yeah, it's possible. Because see how weak this is? If this is that weak, okay, sorry. If this is that weak, right here, the replacement is going to be weak, possibly, okay? So, you know, even if you put a new one, I don't know, man, if this is exactly where it breaks every single time. Every time I see one of these and it's broken, this is exactly where it breaks. So you would think that some you see like this rod right here? You see that little notch? If that notch went over just a little bit more, it probably would have prevented this from breaking. If this notch was just this long, okay? If this notch ran to here, okay? If this notch would went over that break, I guarantee you that thing wouldn't break. I don't think so. And now when you look at it, I'm trying to see, okay, where would the notch be? Where's the notch? Is it interfering with anything? Let's see. Because I could be wrong. Maybe I just have the wrong idea about the design, right? Let me see. Let's see if the notch is interfering with any function. No. The notch isn't in the way of anything. The notch isn't in the way of anything. But that notch, if it was all the way over there, just a little bit over, okay, could have prevented that break. And that's why a lot of places or companies is the people that's on the floor that's working with the product that really know what the hell's going on with the product. You know, those are the guys that's in the warehouse. You know, the guy that's in the warehouse, the guy that's working with the tools, they can tell you that, listen, guy, this design's not working. You know, that's the person you got to listen to. You know, hey Dave, you work with these tools a lot. You know, how's it working? I tell you, this is not working. The thing breaks every second. Every time I'm trying to use it, it doesn't work. I was listening to a guy about John Deere tractors this morning, and he was talking about how. Oh yeah, guys. Bruce Willis. No, it's not Bruce Willis. It's not Bruce Willis. No, this back here. No, that's Derek Jeter. Yeah, that's Derek Jeter. Look. Oh yeah. This is the old picture of Derek Jeter when he had hair. Look at it. Look at it a little better. Oh shoot. That's a drawing of, Derek Jeter. Yeah. 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 Guys. Bruce Willis. No, it's not Bruce Willis. It's not Bruce Willis. No, that's Derek Jeter. Look. Oh yeah. This is the old picture of Derek Jeter when he had hair. Look at it. Look at it a little better. Oh shoot. That's a drawing of, Derek Jeter. I'm sorry about the glare, but it's what it is. You see that? Yeah, man. I'll put this back up later. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so I'm gonna try something with the hose that I have, and I'm gonna see if this works. Okay, remember what I told you? I have to get the other guys. I have to get the other what you call it. I never even, you know what? I didn't even check to see if this actually works. I could tell it looks different, but you know what? Honestly, I never checked to see if it works. So let me do that because it might work. It looks smaller though, but I'll never know. It looks smaller, but who knows? It might work. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on. It does look smaller. Let's see. Trying to give me a second, folks. Let's get this. Get off. I just wanted to get off for a second. Get off. All right, let me do the other side. Is this a little clip? I don't know. Why am I struggling with this part? Because this is like so silly. Okay, it's off. No, let's keep this. And they did the same thing. They got the same notch. Look at this. Now this is wider here, and this could be the solution. Honestly, this could be their solution to it, right? Making it a wider down here than here. That's when I looked at it. I said, oh, it's a different one. It may not fit. See that? That could be the solution to the fix. Giving it more body. But instead, look how much more plastic we're using, right? This is, I don't know if we're thinking. Maybe, listen, I might be way off. Right? I'm just comparing this. I might be way off. But do you think that the guys that created this actually fix these machines to see? Because it takes a little bit of plastic to create, and maybe it's the mold. Maybe it'll cost more money to create a new mold or something. But look, it takes a little bit of plastic to put a notch over this way, right? Instead, they put all of that plastic to create a whole nother thing here with this, right? This had to, of course, well, I don't know. It may not cost that much more money. But this is a fix too. So this could be it. This could be the replacement for this. Let's see if that's what it is, okay? Let's put this on. Because I ordered these, and that's what it looks like. Let me size this up. Yeah, it should fit inside the same way. So this is the replacement. Hey, Dave, this is the point where the guy is like, man, Wayne, you should know this by now. You should have known this. Well, now we know. Now we know. That's it. That's the right one. All right, so now we're going to try to put this back through the hole, okay, guys? Okay, so let's keep it straight. Now, if you have a tough time with stuff like this, you can tape it together for a second, so it stays together. Because sometimes it could be a pain in the butt to try to squeeze this stuff through, and that little wiggly guy isn't cooperating, right? The little guy with the wiggles, he wants to go on his own mission. See? He want to go on his own mission, right? And these two guys are not moving. They're just stiff and straight. See that? So if you want, you can just put a little piece of tape to just hold this so it stays firm. That's good. Or you can just wing it and give it a try and see if you can do it like this, okay? And just take your time and just kind of wiggle it in. And don't force it because you can end up bending, you can bend something, okay? Hold on. I'm just trying to move them out the way so I don't push them up against a ledge. There's a little, there you go. There you go. Slide in. See that? Now it's back in. All right. And now this guy is back up again, poking his head, right? Now, okay, just hold it together. And now we're gonna try to put it back through this thing here, okay? All right, so let's put it up. Okay. Again, remember Mr. Wiggles, he's gonna try to do his own thing, okay? He's like that loose friend. It's like, come on, man, what are you doing? We're going over here. Why are you over there? The boys are over there, you know. Why are you over there, man? What the hell? Why you? We used to call that nuff. We call it nuff. It's a slang that we call someone that's always like nosy or they're in people's business, you know, like, you know, and they just want to be seen. So we just have one word for it. We call it nuff. Why are you so nuff? Oh man. Milwaukee screw gun. New you know what? Yes. Yeah, well, new from last year. New from last year. But I always use it at home. At the home studio setup there. And oh my god, man, I gotta straighten this out some more. And I realized that I kept losing. Like, where's my drill? Where's my drill? You know, where's my drill? And so I had two at home, and I was like, you know what? Let me just bring this one to the shop. So when my employee Wayne loses the screw, the drill, I have a backup. Because Wayne be losing some drills right in the middle of the show. He can't find his drill. So I said, let me get two drills here. I gotta know myself and know my issues. Okay, guys, I'm having a time trying to get this on here. Just give me a moment, okay? You know what? Why did I think this was involved? Give me a second, guys. Let me put the screw back down in here real quick. This kind of distracted me a little bit. I thought the screw was very important. Turns out, give me a second. Give me a second, folks. Philip. Give me a second, folks. Philip. Okay. Here you go. You're who I need. I need you. Let me put the screw back in because I think I don't want the pressure. I don't want to be fighting against myself. So let me put the screw back. I honestly thought the screw was holding in the tab, but it's not. You see, this guy holds. Look at that, Dave. Got my magnet, Dave. Okay. Let's hold this guy in so we don't we're not fighting against ourselves here. Okay. So now come on, man. Stop playing with me here, right? What do you say? Let's play nice. Trying to pull this guy through a little bit. See, to get it, see, this is really, believe it or not, this is the toughest part of this thing. It's not even the other parts are tedious. You know, it's like I gotta take all these screws out. I gotta go do this other thing. I gotta go say, that's tedious. The part that pisses me off when I'm working on this machine is getting this thing in and out and have to work with this because it's so stiff and this position is so like thing that by the time you get there, then you're gonna have to find a way to maneuver it, and that's all. I mean, once you can get past this, everything can get together, but it's just a pain in the butt to do it. Let me think. And it's not like I never tried doing one first and then doing the other. It doesn't seem like it would work that way. But it's possible that that's the way to go. But I never tried to do it like that. Let me see. So here's the red. I got the red halfway through. See, the red is almost through. So now I'm gonna try the black. But see, then I have to back up. Now it's better to get them both at the same time. Come on, buddy. Let's see. See, now I'm gonna have to pull down. Nah, I didn't want to have to do that. See, I didn't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to do that, man. I don't want to have to pull it back. Ay, ay, ay. Come on, buddy. Come on, make friends. There you go. Get in there. Get in there, man. You got this. You got the power. You got the power. I have the power. I think they're coming out with a He-Man movie. I hope that thing is not gonna be stupid, man. I swear. They're coming out with a He-Man movie. I have the power. Oh my God, those things were cartoons were major for kids' lives, boy. Cartoons. I don't know if cartoons are still like that. I think everything is online now. With these guys are on Fortnites and all this other stuff, and Overwatch, and what's the other one my son plays? Let me see. Fortnite, Overwatch, Rivals. Come on, man. Why am I having a tough time with this? It's because, you know what? It's because it's on camera. It's because I'm filming. That's why I'm having a tough time. Golly. All right, stop. Let me stop a second. Let me think. Let me stop. Hold on. Let's think. All right. I see what the problem is. I'm going to have to turn this thing. I'm going to have to turn it already. Okay? I stiffened it so much on the other end that let me get this little guy in first. I don't know what's happening, guys. Okay. But my brain started to shut down on this damn thing, and I just had to recalibrate myself. Hold on. Now, thank you. 1 second. Come on. Come true. You and I are friends. We're not supposed to be fighting each other. All right? You want to work, and I want to make you work. See that? You want to work. I want you to work. Right? Don't you want to work again? You want a job? You don't want a job? You don't want to do what you were made to do? You were made to vacuum? Okay. Yes. If someone saw me, they'll think I'm crazy. I'm talking to a damn vacuum cleaner. All right. Hey, dude, guys, this is how I talk myself through through things, okay? That's how I taught myself through drawings. Don't mind me. This is how I do it. This is how I taught myself through stuff. All right. Okay, so now let's start putting these things back in place. We're gonna put the screws back in on these. I want to test this to make sure that my motor can fit. All right. So now I'm going to turn it down this way back again. Now it's going to curl back this way. Okay. Okay. It's going to curl back this way because when I put the motor back in, okay, when I put the motor back in, this is the side it's going to be on. Look. Go up through here. It's going to go up through here. Look at that. And it's going to, I wonder if you can see everything. Come on, dude. Didn't I tell you this is a part? Now, for some of you guys, this is easy, right? This part is easy. But for me, it might be clumsy hands. This part is the part that pisses me off. But I have to put the screw back in. I didn't put the screw in yet, but I just want to show you what I had to do here. And then we have to make sure this slides down in here. This little micro switch goes down in here. Okay, see that? So let me put this screw in, and then we'll do everything the way it's supposed to go. Okay. All right. So screw 1 and screw 2. All of this, guys, to change a power switch, a trip switch, or a power switch, a rocker. Well, it's not even a rocker switch. It's just it's a lever, really. It's a lever. But all of this just to change that, because an actual rocker switch has the electric prongs in it, where it changes electricity. Stops the flow, starts the flow kind of thing when you turn it off and on. This is really just pressing down on the battery, the trigger. That's what it's doing. It's pressing down on the trigger here. See that? That's what the actual the lever is doing. All right, so now let's try to see if we can do all these guys together. Get them all in there. Come on, buddy. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry, guys, if some of this stuff is out of frame. Is I'm trying to get it, and sometimes it's doing it and getting it on the camera at the same time. This is, you know. All right. Okay, look like everybody is where they're supposed to be. Hold on. Make sure everybody's snug like a bug in a rug. Okay. Are you snug? Are you snug? Good. So now the next step is I'm going to have to try to get this prong back on top of these things here. So you have the two nails in the back. See the two prongs sticking up with the holes, and you got the two nails back, the two screw holes back here. So let's get this up. Turn it. Now we have to turn it down this way and turn this guy down this way. And then we're going to put the screws in it, and then that guy is done. Then we're going to put the two little connectors for the circuit board. And voila, folks. Again, a job like this, a person will say, oh yeah, all you got to do is just change out that switch. No big deal. You're like, nah, bro, it's not no big deal, man. No, my friend, this is not no big deal. No, my friend, this is more than a big deal. This is a Pain in the you know what. Okay. So what I did, I'm just screwing this stuff in. Now you got this little guy right here. Okay. And we got to put this guy, where is he at? Put him underneath because you can't put him over. So I have to slide him through underneath here, right? And now he goes right there. So we have to, you need a smaller tweezer is definitely better than something like this. And my fingers are just gigantic for this. So I'm going to try my best to use them both. Use them both and be gentle. But a nice little tweezer is ideal for this part. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. It's friendly word. Okay. Gonna let the oven break us down. No, let's go. All right, and snap this guy back into place. Okay. This guy's back into place. All right. And the screws are, let me see, right here. These are the two screws that we put in. Make sure they're torque screws. This is Phillips. Right now, they're all about the same size, but what happened is the Phillips are for the outside. The torque screws. Two torques are for the inside. Here we go. Okay, this is a Phillip, and this is a torque. Okay. And there you go. Hey, Brienne. What's going on? Hey, Brienne, you're never late, girl. You're never late. Happy you're here. All right. See what we got. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to be ready for the ultimate test in a second. So what we're going to do, we're going to slide this guy in here. Okay. Slide him on. Let's put this battery back up in here. Okay. Now, what's good is that before the battery went in, it was like, pull it out. It was like that. And that's how it was with the battery in when he brought it in. Okay. So now it's out. So now we're going to put on this. We're going to make sure we got power, folks, because you never know. And we got power. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, I'm gonna have to take this off though because I gotta put the screws in. Is that awesome? And that's it. That's it, man. Okay, so the batteries have screws. The back of here has screws. Let me see. The back of here has screws. And that's the mission of these things, because a lot of people, just like the sales thing I was telling you about earlier, right? Because of rejection, most people don't even want to attempt to say something. Like, there's some folks who won't go up to a counter and ask a question, right? Because what do they say about the fears? Like, public speaking is like one of the greatest fears that people have, like over dying and stuff like that. I mean, maybe dying is up there, but I'm talking like major fear. Yeah, fear of heights, claustrophobia, and stuff like that. And they said public speaking is just like one of the major ones, if not at the top. And when they say public speaking, it doesn't mean that you're speaking in front of a crowd. It just means that you're speaking up, and you're risking sounding whatever. You're risking someone telling you no. You're risking someone saying get out my face. You're risking a lot, right? In your mind, you're risking it. But a lot of the times when you do it, it works itself out, or you get better at formulating your thoughts and your words and your arguments or whatever it is, the more you get exposure. So a lot of guys treat their mindset is the same way when it comes to trying things, because they are afraid of failing. They're afraid of messing things up. They're afraid of not knowing what And so a show like this here I'm a little discombobulated in a lot of the stuff. For the guys who are very ordered and structured, right? They know they can do it in their mind. They're like, you know what? I saw he did. I could do that, right? But then there are people that, if everything just is perfect, they know that they're not a tech savvy person. So in their minds, I can't even do that. I can't even try. So they won't even try. And I'm just like you. I'm just giving it a shot, man. I'm just winging it and just figure out what's going on. Now that person now will watch me do this and say, well, he looks regular guy. He don't look particularly like he came out of shop class with the highest degree on this thing. He's just, he put screws in some of the screws he put in the wrong one. He takes out the wrong one. So then, yeah, if I can do it, you can do it. That's really it, because this wasn't my area. My area was sales and art. That was it. Didn't touch nothing. Then, my fingers didn't get dirty, kind of stuff. And so, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, let's keep that. So that's the magic of the channel, and the fact that our attitude, and for the people in the backpack, their attitude is pretty much the same. We may not agree on everything around the public sphere or politics or whatever, but guess what we agree on? You want to get something solved, you're going to have to get it done. Figure out a way, figure out who to ask, figure out what to do, figure out what book to look up, what video to watch. But that's the kind of attitude you got to have. Get it done. Okay? Stop the bitching and start pitching. You never know what you can do until you do it. That is the truth, That is the truth, man. Old guy pains today. We get snow here. Really? You got a bent car fender to fix soon. Yeah, dude. Listen, I woke up with old guy pains. Oh my God. I'm telling you, man. It is I don't know what age it happens where you just, let me do my little transition here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my little transition, guys. Oh my gosh. Yep. I don't know what it is, but at a certain age, you start feeling it. You start feeling it. Stuff you never felt before, pains you never imagined in your body. It's like, what was that? What was that? Friend told me, Wayne, you gotta stretch. You gotta stretch it out. You gotta stretch in the morning. I was like, well, I gotta stretch now? Damn. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Hey, Dave, I don't know if you've been through this. It's 37. That's what happens. Yes. Car guy, you're right. They can use those batteries with an adapter. I've seen it. I've seen guys get a get some adapter. Oh, I gotta put the filter on. It's telling me to put the filter on. I've seen them do it, man. Just like even with Kirby, I've seen bagless Kirby's. I saw a guy. I saw a guy. Let me see if I can find that one. iCar guy, thanks for that. You know what? Let me see if I can find it and I can share it with you guys. Let me see. Let me see something. Yeah, man. They have an adapter, bro. Now I don't think all the Dysons have it, but there's a few that I've seen. Here's a picture of a guy. Hold on. Let me share this with you. Car guy, man, thanks a lot for that little bit. Hold on. Let me get my share screen here. Look at this one. See? You got these over here. What's this guy? Hold on. Hope you don't have any music on this thing. Certain music, and they just mess you up if you try to watch it on YouTube.
My Dyson V.
I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna turn up the volume. But yeah, look at that. There's an adapter. This guy's called Tools Electro DIY. So I'm gonna give him credit for his video here. And they have an adapter. See the adapter right there? And look like they just slide the battery ends into it. And voila. Look at that. Look at that. You know, it's a little clumsy look, but hey, it's a great solve. Whoever came up with this, clever on their side. Okay? That's pretty clever, man. I think that's a good idea. What was the other thing I saw? I saw the Kirby. Let me see. I saw the Kirby one too. Let me show guys. I saw a Kirby with a bagless Kirby. And it's what a guy did. He created an adapter. And this is what I'm saying, man. This is what I love. I love this about the way we think as humans naturally, right? You see a problem, right? Here, look at that. Look at this. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it over so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh. Can I convert it? Can I convert it over? See, can I show it to you? Look at this. So he put a bagless adapter on the side of a Kirby, okay? And the back it's not pretty looking, right? But it's bagless. It's still a clever idea, you know. For someone to come out and do that, I give them a lot. I applaud them. I applaud them big time. For anyone to come out and do something like that, all right? Yeah, man. You know. So, yeah. Yeah, man. Oh, holy cow, you get shingles twice. Get out of here. Holy cow. Brianne, that is intense. Yeah, I'm gonna start stretching, Brianne. The guy told me, well, I've been doing it now. He told me when I get up to literally just grab my ankles and just stand up, like not really stand up, but try to stand up, and just stretch that out. There's a couple of stretches. It's just that first getting up out of the bed in the morning, you're feeling stuff. I mean, obviously the body's been stiff pretty much for the whole night, but there are times when I've just made a turn like this. I just want like to grab something, and it just like something like in a muscle in the back somewhere, like oh yeah, the hell I didn't even I wasn't even lifting anything. I just made a turn like that and got me just like that. It's like damn boy. It's like what are you doing? Yep. Oh my gosh. Oh. Today I focus on solutions and not problems, Brian. Today I focus on solutions and not problems. That is my affirmation today. Solutions, not problems. Solutions, not problems. All right, let me see if I can get a trivia for before we sign out. Let's get a nice trivia here. Let's get a nice trivia. Let's see what I can get. Okay, let me see what I have. Let me see what I have for you, Brianna. Brianna be like my son was in a race yesterday, and let me see, he came in, he did a 300 and a 500, and he came in first place in his heat, which is good for him, the younger one. But he's always trying to best his time, and I guess that's Brianne's in the same boat. She's there trying to best her time. I'm gonna see how fast you're gonna figure this one out. Okay. So we were talking about salespeople yesterday, right? Okay. No. Let me see. Okay, here's this one. All right, let's see. I'm gonna give you this one. Okay. All right. Okay, there. Let me see if this works. You're in a hallway with two doors. All right. Behind one door is a huge business opportunity that will make you rich. Behind the other door is a time-wasting distraction that will slow down years. Oh, wow. That will slow your life down for years, right? So guarding the doors are two people, right? So one always tells the truth, one always lies. No, I don't like this one. I don't like this one. No. Brian, I'm gonna give you a better one. No, I don't like this one. This sucks. I don't like that one. No, I don't like that one. Let me give you a better one. Let me give you a better one. I'm gonna give you a better one. Let me give you a better one. I'm gonna give you a better one because I had one, and all the ones I have, they're like so easy. I'm like, I don't want to do this. I want to actually get like a one that would make you think twice, and I figure I owe you that. Yeah. I think I owe you. I think I owe you a good one. You've already demonstrated that I'll be insulting your intelligence by giving you some of the little stuff that I have. So I said, let me not do that anymore. Let me give her someone that's really worth you, waking up in the morning to try to figure out. Let me get this riddle. It's like, give me that, dude. I drove all the way over here for that, that kind of feeling. Oh my God. No, no, I don't like this one either. A man pushes his car to a hotel and tells the owner, I'm broke. I just lost everything. The owner just nods like it makes perfect sense. Where is he and what's really going on? It's throw your baloney. Hopefully, okay. Look, this this is, I'm gonna put it in the chat, and then you tell me what you think. Okay, here's one. Let's say, hopefully, this is not baloney. Go with it. That's Wayne Brady with the envelope. Brianna's a fighter, man. Brianna is a fighter. That is what we know. That's what we do. Tell me what you like this one, guys. Let's see. Oh my God. No. Okay. All right, Brianna. All right. All right. All right. How about that? Brianna, you got it right. You got it right. You got it right. You got it right. How about that, though? How about that one? Yeah, you were right. You were right. But how about that? How about this one right here? You know what? David, you're so close. But yeah, it's in line. It's in line. It's along that line. I was kind of talking about it earlier today. Um, that's good too. Wow, that's that. You know what? Mm, mm, damn, you guys are right there, man. Um, you're not even really wrong, honestly. Reputation, Dave, definitely. And the open store is also could be the your storefront. Your brick and mortar is also a possible way, but reputation definitely. um, you know, first impressions, um, and and the way you know, like the way your presentation, the way your store looks, and the way the way that stuff. That would be it. Okay. Show up before you do. You're there before I'm you're there before I get there. I'm there in the store even when it's closed. So your the kind of reputation you left the store, the way you left yourself. Um, I used to do a play on words with presence, right? Presence. It was weird. I heard it from somebody years ago. And let's say someone tell me that Dave is coming, right? And if I know of Dave, right, I already know what you're bringing. So your reputation got there before you, right? Your presence or pre-essence. um, when they say your reputation precedes you, whatever, right? So it got there before you, right? So when people hear of you, they already know of your work even before you did the work, right? Uh, so I think it's important enough, even though you can't control your reputation per se too much, because a person can form their own opinion of you, but you can do your best to do the right thing according to your, to what you do, and that should cover it. You know, you can do your best. Your image, yeah, yeah, all of that, right? All of that work, your image, your your storefront, uh, the reputation. Really, it's all in line. The service you give, all of it is in the same basket. You know what I mean? The service you give, the way a person already perceives of who you are, but even before they met you, someone may have a perception of you before they met you. That went ahead of you. That's showing up in the room before you got there. All right. And some people, when they show up, they make it worse. It's like, damn, I thought you were gonna be like this. You turned out to be horrible. Or you could turn out to be better than they expected, which is the ideal. But hey guys, I just want to let you know before I sign off that that stuff is out. So let me know. All right, and I'll keep it like that. All right. On its way. Is that positive? Because we're back, baby. I gotta make sure I have mine on. I gotta make sure I have mine on. All right. Yeah. That's right. That's right. All right, guys. I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna clean this guy up here. Call somebody. You know what? Let me try this thing. I started out talking about this hose hack. That this hack might work. Let me see. Let's see if this hack is workable. I got this old hose here, right? I got this old hose here. We took it off of a backpack, and I wanted to try something real quick. And I'm gonna be out of here because I've already finished the major stuff I wanted to actually do for the channel. But I'm gonna try something. I've been messing around with hoses yesterday, and this one just came to me yesterday also. And he says, yeah, he already had a hose. He already had like a replacement hose that he purchased a couple. He said, man, I have a bunch of these machines, and I buy these replacement hoses because these things just keep breaking on me. So I was like, all right. So he had a machine here that I worked on that we ended up just getting rid of. So he says, let's try to use the hose from that machine and see if it works. Because they have the screw in. They have the screw in on both ends. Both ends of it. They have the spiral thing here where you can just screw in a hose in. So he's like, just screw a hose in. Here it is. The screw holes in on both ends. And then because this is the wand, right? Okay, and this is the other end. So I said, all right, let me see. Try to find a hose. See, I can get that hose. It might work. It might not. I don't know. It may work. It may not work, folks. Let me get a. Let me cut the wire here real quick. All right. Damn, I should have washed this hose or something. Man. This hose is dusty. Golly. You could tell this one was an office building dirt is different, man, from office dirt, like from an office building. It's dirt. It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's different from the dirt in your house. Okay? Office dirt is different from the dirt in your house. If you've ever seen a person with a machine that they use to clean up an office building, it's dark, very dirty, dark dirt stuff. And the stuff for the house, it's a mixture because it can have pet, it could be a pet house. It could just be carpet fibers, depending on kind of food they cook a lot. Sometimes it smells like the food, I've had stuff come in that you could tell, the kind of food they cook based on the machine. That's something. We live in a world today that you can't even make fun and have fun with that. Because, oh, you're being racist. It's like I could tell your food. Yeah, they make jokes have become so funny you can't even make jokes anymore. All right, so here we go, guys. Let's see if this works. Okay. Okay. So far, so good. Huh. Will you look at that? Will you look at that? Will you look at that, huh? Will you look at that? Now here is the unit, right? And this just snaps in here like this. This goes up here like so. And this comes down, and this operates, and this is how it. Can't really see it, but this is how it looks. Worked out. Look at that. All right. Now, something was going on with this unit, and I'm supposed to be trying to find out. I may have to do this off air, but I'm gonna try to keep, because I'm supposed to be wrapping up. I don't hit a problem with it. They say it was knocking. Just for the sake of it, for the sake of it, guys, I am gonna just look at it. I'm just gonna peek. I want to peek at this. I want to peek at the belt. I had to do this kind of slow because these things will break, man. The what do you call it? The post, it's plastic. The guy was just saying it on one of the comments that these things are so crappy. Pro Team isn't horrible with that, but it's just, I guess it's just, I don't know, man. It's just the way they make plastic today. Some of it is just very weak plastic. Not sure what. Okay. Let's see. Just for the sake of it, because you know you turn it on, you're like, it sounds fine to me, and then they get it back, and then it's doing the same thing again. And you're like, damn, dude, you should have checked at least. Should have checked at least. Let me see. All right, let's turn it on again. Let's see what's happening with this. I know, right? That was a quick fix, right? All right, car guy. You guys are on? Mert swag. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Hey, Brianne. I took what you said, and I think you'd be pleasantly surprised with what you get. All right, how's that? Both of you guys. Okay, so I don't see nothing wrong with this. I think I'll wrap it up. This looks like a new motor too. This motor here is new, and the belts. Sometimes the belts, guys, can trick you. You can have a little eaten out section of the belt, but this belt is fine. I would have heard it. When the belts get eaten out, folks, you'll hear a sound like every time it turns on, because it's like it's hitting this section here, and the missing teeth, bam, it hits, and then when it comes back around, it goes bam, like that. That's what that little ticking sound. But a lot of geared belts don't just break, so unless you jam the brush or something. Anyway, guys, I think that's it. Look at that. You have a breaker here, and you have a micro switch here. This is the breaker if they find some overloading on your motor. This will break the connection. And this micro switch is just to make sure when you recline, the power goes to the motor. That's how that works. Until next time, folks, stay positive. Stay cool. Don't freeze. And I'll see you later. All right, guys, if you like that, if that was able to teach you something, if you can walk away with something, you can also leave something. Yeah. Leave a like, hit subscribe, or if you'd like to even be deeper into supporting our channel, you can join the Backpack family. The links are below. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.
Yes!